Chosen one, hear me now. You are not here by accident. This moment was written into your timeline before you even knew to look for it. Heaven itself has orchestrated your steps, paused your scroll, and aligned your spirit with this word. This is not coincidence, it is divine appointment. You are standing at the very edge of a destined moment, a supernatural shift that is not waiting for another season. Anointed one, the appointed hour has come. The word declares in Habakkuk 2-3, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not delay." That appointed time is no longer in the distance, it is here, today, tonight. In the coming hours, heaven is releasing a transformation that will touch your life in ways you cannot even imagine. Chosen one, feel the weight of this timing. You are about to walk through the gates of divine reversal. The silence that tested you was not punishment, it was preparation. The waiting was not wasted, it was alignment. And now, the shift is upon you. This is the Kairos moment you have prayed for, wept for, longed for. Prepare your heart, for the heavens are opening, and your transformation begins now. Chosen one, you have been waiting for far longer than you thought you could endure. Not just for days, not just for months, but through long, stretching seasons that seemed endless. You have prayed for confirmation, but often met silence. You have sought clarity, but instead found fog. You longed for movement, yet felt stuck in the same place. And while others around you appeared to move forward, you stood still, hidden in the background. You watched people being promoted, chosen, celebrated, while you carried your vision in quiet obscurity. But listen carefully. Your hidden season was never punishment, it was positioning. What looked like delay was divine design. What felt like rejection was actually redirection. Heaven has been preparing you, shaping you, guarding you. And now, the wait is ending. This is why July 31st carries such power. It is not just another date on the calendar. It is the big day. Not a good day, not simply another blessing, but the kind of day heaven itself thunders over. This is the moment where breakthrough arrives so strongly that no one can deny it. It is the day heads turn, doors open, and your identity as the chosen one is confirmed. This is no accident. It is divine orchestration written into your life before you ever breathed your first breath. You have carried a weight you never asked for. You have fought invisible battles while appearing strong on the outside. You smiled for the world while your heart broke in silence. You kept moving while rejection, betrayal, and misunderstanding pressed against you. I know, because I have walked the same road. I have smiled outwardly while wrestling inwardly. I have stood in the middle of storms no one else could see. That is why I can tell you with certainty, heaven has never missed a single tear, prayer, or sacrifice. Not one moment of pain was wasted. July 31st is the divine flip, the final turn in heaven's calendar that says, now it begins. Everything leading up to this moment was choreography. Every detour, every delay, every unanswered prayer was laying foundation. What looked like wasted years were years of construction. You were never late. You were being layered, prepared, strengthened for what only you can carry. There are days that whisper change, and there are days that shout it so loudly everything shifts. July 31st is one of those days. It will be heaven's announcement that the shift is here. Locked doors will open. Hidden treasures will be revealed. Portals will swing wide, and it will not be accomplished by human effort, but by God's undeniable power. For some, this will come as financial breakthrough, unexpected provision that erases debt and funds dreams. For others, it will look like reconciliation or a long-awaited promotion. Some will receive wisdom, strategy, or radical ideas that launch them forward. However it comes, you will know it is heaven's signature. It will not be random. It will not be coincidence. It will be the fulfillment of what your spirit already knew was coming. And you are not stepping into this moment unprepared. Even if you feel small, unworthy, or unqualified, heaven has equipped you. The betrayals, the sleepless nights, the loneliness, all of it trained you. Those silent seasons built resilience, humility, and strength. Now, heaven declares, reward them. Not for what you displayed outwardly, but for what you endured silently. The rewards of July 31st are for those who did not quit when quitting was easier, for those who held faith when silence was deafening, for those who preserved their character when no one was looking. You, chosen one, have been watched by the one who matters most. And now, everything changes. This is not the time to panic. This is the time to expect. In the hours leading up to July 31st, unusual things may happen. Sudden calls, dreams with clarity, peace where there should be anxiety, unexpected provision, last-minute invitations. Do not dismiss them. They are not coincidences, but signals, proof that heaven's activity is already unfolding. Be sensitive, be still, be ready. You are not hearing this by chance. This is not simply encouragement, it is activation. Something deep inside your spirit is being awakened right now. July 31st is ignition. It is the spark that sends ripples across the rest of this year and beyond. Contracts will be signed, opportunities unlocked, miracles manifested. And when it happens, you will know it was not man, not luck, but God. And when people ask why July 31st, your answer will be clear. Because heaven always moves on its calendar, not man's. This date was marked long before your fears began, and the heaviness you have felt, the pressure, the temptation to quit, those were signs of birth. Breakthrough always shouts loudest before arrival. Yes, the pain has been real. But so has the promise. You do not need to understand every detail. You do not need a flawless plan. You only need to trust that heaven already wrote the script. Your obedience, your tears, your sacrifices are about to speak louder than anything else. Chosen one, the big day is here. And heaven has declared, you are ready. Chosen one, I need you to understand this with the fullness of your spirit. The years of silence were never wasted. The seasons where nothing seemed to move were not punishment. They were preparation. When you cried out and felt no response, heaven was not ignoring you. It was orchestrating something far bigger than you could see. Every disappointment, every rejection, every delay was actually divine choreography. You have not been standing still. You have been standing in place, waiting for heaven's perfect timing. And now that timing is here. July 31st is not just another date. It is a divine unveiling. It is the moment when the hidden becomes visible, when the unseen suddenly steps into the light. You may feel as though you have been walking in circles, but heaven has been guiding every single step. And now, the circle is closing, and the straight path is opening before you. This is your Kairos moment, the appointed time that shifts everything. Anointed one, heaven has been watching how you carried yourself in silence. While others were celebrated publicly, you were tested privately. While others received recognition, you endured rejection. Yet you did not lose your integrity. You did not compromise your character. You continued to walk faithfully, even when no one saw. That is why you are about to be rewarded openly. Heaven saw what others overlooked. Heaven marked what others dismissed. And heaven has decided that now is the time to reward you. This shift will not be small. It will not be subtle. It will be undeniable. On July 31st, the atmosphere itself will testify. Doors that were closed will open without effort. Conversations that seemed impossible will suddenly align. Resources you never imagined will locate you. And the beauty is this: you will not have to chase it. What is yours will flow to you because it is appointed. You don't need to manipulate, strive, or beg. This is not man's doing, it is heaven's release. Chosen one. I know what it feels like to be underestimated, to be the one others looked past, to be the one hidden in the background. I have walked through seasons where I thought maybe I missed my moment, maybe I prayed wrong, maybe I was forgotten. But then, suddenly, out of nowhere, heaven moved, and when it moved, everything changed in a matter of days. That same suddenness is about to locate you. The very same God who surprised me with breakthrough will surprise you with favor. Pay attention to the signals in the days surrounding July 31st. Do not dismiss unusual dreams, sudden peace, or unexpected opportunities. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. They are heaven's way of whispering, "Get ready." You may even notice people exiting your life without explanation. Do not mourn their departure. It is heaven's way of clearing space. The old cannot fit into the new. The past cannot carry the weight of your future. This separation is not rejection, it is redirection. Anointed one, what is coming is bigger than you prayed for. You asked for survival, but heaven is releasing overflow. You asked for a door, but heaven is opening gates. You asked for one blessing, but heaven is preparing generational impact. July 31st is not just your big day, it is your bloodline's big day. You are breaking cycles, destroying curses, rewriting stories. You are carrying the answers to prayers your ancestors whispered but never saw fulfilled. Heaven trusted you with this weight because heaven knew you would not drop it. And yes, this weight has been heavy. That is why your battles have been fierce. That is why you felt crushed under pressure. But the pressure was producing power. The fire was refining your faith. The silence was building your strength. You were not being buried, you were being planted. And now the seed is breaking through the soil. The harvest is here. On July 31st, your testimony will speak louder than your pain. Those who laughed at you will have no choice but to recognize the shift. Those who doubted you will have to watch your rise. But your elevation will not come with bitterness. It will come with grace. You will not glow with arrogance. You will shine with divine light. Because this breakthrough is not man-made, it is God-ordained. Chosen one, prepare yourself. Clean your heart. Clear your atmosphere. Make space for what is coming. Do not let fear block your blessing. Do not let doubt silence your faith. This is not the moment to shrink. This is the moment to stand tall, to expect the impossible, to welcome the supernatural. July 31st is not approaching, it is here. And when heaven says now, nothing on earth can delay it. Stay aligned, stay ready, stay open. Because when the gates swing wide, you will not walk in as a visitor, you will enter as an heir. You will not borrow this blessing, you will own it. You will not question if you deserve it. You will know you were chosen for it. This is your big day. This is heaven's appointed time. And you, chosen one, are ready. Chosen one, you must hear this clearly. July 31st is not an ordinary point on the calendar. It is not just a number. not just another day you mark and forget. It is a divine demonstration. It is the moment heaven reveals that you were never left behind, never overlooked, never forgotten. The stillness you walked through was not abandonment, it was protection. The delay you wrestled with was not denial, it was strategy. And now, what you thought was silence is about to become the loudest announcement of your life. For years, you carried questions. Why not me? Why not yet? Why does it feel like I am standing still while others advance? You looked around and saw friends promoted, neighbors celebrated, voices applauded. And you stood hidden in the background, holding a dream heaven gave you, wondering when it would finally breathe. But listen, your hiddenness was holy. While the world overlooked you, heaven preserved you. While others burned out under premature exposure, you were shielded until the appointed hour. That appointed hour is now. Chosen one, July 31st is the day heaven's thunder will echo over your name. It is the day doors swing wide without you touching the handle. It is the day opportunities appear without you chasing them. It is the day your identity as chosen is confirmed beyond debate. And what is coming is not fragile blessing, it is legacy blessing. It is wealth that shifts generations. It is influence that cannot be silenced. It is purpose rising into its full expression. This is why your life has been marked with warfare. This is why the pressure pressed you until you thought you might break. You were being refined. You were being stretched. You were being made ready to hold weight others could not carry. And though the fire was hot, it did not consume you. It purified you. Though the silence was long, it did not crush you. It strengthened you. Heaven trusted you with testing because heaven also intends to trust you with treasure. Expect acceleration. What once took years will now take days. What once felt impossible will suddenly flow with ease. Do not be surprised when calls come, when emails appear, when resources find you. Do not be shocked when clarity arrives like lightning, cutting through fog that lingered for seasons. This is not imagination, this is manifestation. The seeds you sowed in faith are about to sprout with speed. I know what it feels like to wonder if maybe you missed your moment. I have carried that same ache. I have walked through rooms where it seemed everyone else was chosen while I was forgotten. I have prayed prayers that echoed back in silence. But then, suddenly, heaven shifted. Suddenly, everything aligned. Suddenly, what I thought would never come appeared in front of me. That same suddenly is about to visit your life, and when it does, you will know it was never random, it was always written. Anointed one, watch closely in the days leading up to July 31st. You may feel unusual urges to clean, to organize, to finish what has been left undone. That is heaven's way of preparing you. You may dream with clarity so sharp it feels like instruction. You may feel a peace that makes no sense compared to your circumstances. These are not accidents. They are confirmations. They are signals that the gates are already shifting. And when the release comes, it will overflow. It will not stop at you. It will touch your family, your relationships, your finances, your health, your community. The ripple will be undeniable. People will look at your life and say, "What happened?" And the only answer will be, "God moved." But remember this, rise with humility. Breakthrough is not given so you can boast. It is given so you can steward. When abundance flows, hold it with gratitude. When opportunities open, walk through them with reverence. When recognition comes, let your light shine without arrogance. You are not being elevated to impress people. You are being elevated to reflect heaven. Chosen one, July 31st is heaven's signature on your story. It is the lifting of fog, the breaking of confusion, the opening of destiny's door. You will not enter as a visitor. You will step in as an heir. You will not borrow blessing. You will inherit legacy. And this legacy will not just carry you, it will outlive you. Let go of the fear that whispered you were not enough. Release the doubt that told you maybe it would never happen. Silence the voice of comparison that tried to convince you you were behind. You are not late. You are in rhythm. July 31st is your rhythm's crescendo, and everything is aligning for your reveal. So prepare yourself. Expect acceleration. Open your spirit wide, because when heaven says now, no man can say later. When heaven decrees release, no system can block it. This is your moment, chosen one. This is the fulfillment of prophecy, and you are ready to walk it out. Chosen one, the hour you have prayed for is no longer distant, it is here. July 31st is not waiting on you, it is arriving in full force. And everything around you, whether you can see it or not, is responding to the call of divine timing. The air feels charged, the atmosphere is shifting, and your soul knows something holy is about to break open. That inner nudge, that quiet certainty, is heaven confirming that you have stepped into a sacred moment. For too long you carried the ache of delay. You asked, you fasted, you believed, yet answers seemed slow. You pushed forward with faith, only to face closed doors and silent seasons. Still, you did not quit. You endured. You held to the vision when logic told you to let go. You stayed faithful when it would have been easier to walk away. Chosen one, heaven has kept record of every sacrifice, every prayer whispered in the dark, every tear that soaked your pillow. And now, the reward of your endurance is about to be released. This is not just another blessing. This is a divine reversal. The tables are turning. What the enemy tried to steal, heaven is restoring with interest. What looked like your greatest rejection is about to become your most powerful redirection. Every false word spoken against you will be drowned in the undeniable evidence of favor. On July 31st, the shift will not be quiet, it will be thunderous. Even those who doubted you will have no choice but to witness your rise. And here is the miracle. You will not have to strive for it. You will not have to manipulate, push, or beg. What belongs to you will flow effortlessly. The doors will open because they were appointed to open. The resources will appear because heaven has already assigned them. The opportunities will align because your name has been written into them from the beginning. No man, no system, no circumstance can stop what has been decreed. Anointed one, this is more than change of circumstance. It is a transformation of identity. You will no longer carry the label of forgotten. You will no longer see yourself as the one left behind. You will begin to walk in the awareness that you are chosen, called, and anointed. The fears that told you that you were unworthy will shatter. The doubt that whispered you were late will disappear as heaven accelerates you into alignment. The small thinking that once confined you will break as overflow begins to pour. I know the pain of surviving in silence. I know what it feels like to stretch faith across long nights of uncertainty. I know the battle of showing up with a smile when your heart feels empty. But I also know the suddenness of heaven. I have seen doors open in a single moment that years of effort could not touch. I have seen provision appear from sources I could never have imagined. And I am telling you, what heaven did for me, heaven is about to do for you. July 31st is not simply breakthrough, it is ignition. It is the spark that sets off a chain reaction for the rest of this year and beyond. Contracts will be signed without delay. Relationships long strained will be restored. Dreams will find the funding they need. Strategies will be downloaded into your spirit with clarity. Miracles will manifest, leaving no room for doubt. When it happens, you will know beyond question, it was God. Chosen one, this is not the time to shrink. Do not step into this moment wondering if you are ready. Heaven would not release it if you were not prepared. Every season of silence was training. Every hidden battle was sharpening. Every lonely night was refining. You are more ready than you realize. And when the moment comes, you will not stumble in. You will walk with authority. So rise with confidence. Stand in your identity. Embrace what is being poured out. Hold your head high, not in arrogance but in holy assurance. July 31st is not about striving harder. It is about stepping into what already belongs to you. You are moving out of survival and into overflow, out of obscurity and into visibility, out of delay and into divine acceleration. And when people ask what happened, you will not point to luck or coincidence. You will say with boldness, "It began July 31st. Your testimony will carry weight because it will not be theory, it will be living evidence. You will not need to defend yourself. The results will speak. The transformation will be undeniable. Chosen one, prepare your spirit. Expect acceleration. Make space for the new. Release the old stories that told you it would never happen. Break agreement with fear and scarcity. Step fully into faith, into alignment, into trust. Because July 31st is not just a date, it is your divine unveiling. The gates are opening, the shift is here, and heaven has declared, now is the time. Chosen one, July 31st is not just a date, it is a divine marker written into your story. It is the day when hidden prayers meet visible answers, when unseen preparation bursts into undeniable evidence. For years you have carried dreams like seeds buried in the ground, unseen and often doubted, but heaven never forgot. Those seeds have been watered by your tears, protected by your faith, and shielded through your storms. Now, at the appointed hour, they are breaking the soil to reveal harvest. The battles you endured were never random. The intensity of your struggle was not proof of weakness but of calling. The enemy does not waste energy on empty vessels. He fights hardest against those carrying oil, those entrusted with assignments that change nations and bloodlines. That is why your nights were darker, your pain sharper, your road lonelier. You were chosen to steward something heavy, something costly, something holy, and now the crushing becomes your crown. On July 31st, the tide turns. Cycles of limitation are ending. Curses that chained your family line are snapping. Where doors once slammed shut, keys will suddenly appear in your hand. This is not random breakthrough, it is strategic reversal. The very areas where you suffered the deepest loss will become the places of your greatest testimony. What looked like final defeat will reveal itself as divine redirection. Anointed one, lift your eyes higher. Do not minimize this moment. It is not casual. It is not small. Heaven is roaring over your life. July 31st is heaven's decree. It is time. And when heaven speaks time, nothing in the earth can delay it. No system can block it. No opposition can undo it. What has been written is being released. What has been stored is being poured. What has been prepared is being presented. You may feel the shifts already, the calm that makes no logical sense, the sudden urge to release old patterns, old people, old fears. the strange clarity in dreams, the peace that feels weighty instead of empty. These are not random feelings. They are prophetic signs. Heaven is clearing out the old wineskins so the new wine can flow. Let it go. Do not cling to what no longer carries grace. Their exit is not your loss. It is your preparation. I know the ache of letting go. I have lived through seasons where release felt like death, where endings felt unbearable. But every time I surrendered, what came next revealed why the pruning was necessary. The pain of loss gave way to the joy of overflow. Chosen one, what is coming after July 31st will cause you to look back and say, "Now I understand. The pruning was not cruelty. It was care." The provision arriving will not be ordinary. It will be supernatural supply. Heaven is not just giving you enough to survive. It is giving you more than enough to build, to bless, to carry out the assignment on your life. Visions that felt impossible will suddenly be funded. Ideas that seemed too big will find wings. Your hands will not just hold blessing for yourself, they will distribute abundance to others. The flow will be undeniable, unstoppable, uncontainable, and you cannot afford to apologize for it. Do not shrink to fit other people's comfort zones. Do not dim your light to ease someone else's insecurity. Do not minimize what heaven is magnifying. Rise boldly, walk fully, carry it completely. This is not arrogance, it is obedience. You were not chosen to stay hidden forever. You were chosen to reflect heaven's glory in public view. On July 31st, acceleration will announce itself. Situations that dragged for years will resolve in weeks. Doors that seemed rusted shut will swing open without resistance. Conversations that felt impossible will suddenly align. Do not be alarmed by the speed. Acceleration is not chaos. It is evidence that heaven is redeeming lost time. The years you thought were wasted are being compressed into sudden miracles. Chosen one, your life is about to become evidence. Evidence that faith sustains, evidence that prayer works, evidence that hope never disappoints. People will look at your story and see prophecy fulfilled. Even those who doubted will be silenced, not by argument but by results. Your before and after will be so clear that no one will be able to deny that heaven has moved. So, prepare now. Prepare your spirit. Prepare your environment. Prepare your heart. Make room for overflow. Clear out the clutter of fear, of shame, of small thinking. Release the narrative that says you were too late, too broken, too unworthy. That story ends here. July 31st is the turning of the page. A new chapter begins, one where blessing flows, favor surrounds, and destiny manifests. Chosen one. This is not just your day of breakthrough. It is your unveiling. Heaven is presenting you as proof that delay is not denial, that hiddenness is not abandonment, and that when the appointed time comes, no power can stop it. Stand tall, receive fully, for July 31st is not just marked on your calendar, it is etched into eternity as the day everything shifted in your favor. Chosen one, you need to understand the magnitude of what July 31st represents. This is not a date that simply appears on the calendar and passes unnoticed. This is a prophetic marker, a divine checkpoint where the weight of heaven collides with the timeline of your life. Everything you have walked through, the storms, the betrayals, the silent nights, the confusing delays, has been converging toward this appointed hour. You may not have realized it at the time, but every step, even the painful ones, were ordered. You were not wandering, you were being positioned. The closed doors were not punishment, They were redirection. The people who left were not your loss, they were necessary exits. Heaven has been aligning everything, layer by layer, moment by moment, to prepare you for this unveiling. Now the silence breaks, the fog lifts, and clarity floods in. Chosen One, July 31st, is not just about breakthrough, it is about birthing. The contractions of the past season were not to destroy you, but to push something out of you that could only come through pressure. That heaviness you carried, those moments where you thought you couldn't endure any longer, were the final pushes before new life. And now, the birth cry of destiny is here. The ignition begins on this day. What unfolds will not stop in a moment. It will set off a ripple effect that shapes the rest of your year and beyond. Financial release, supernatural encounters, divine alignments, and relational restorations will all begin to manifest. Papers will be signed, opportunities will appear, connections will be made, and none of it will feel forced. You will recognize it instantly as God's hand, because it will come with peace. Anointed One, do not be surprised if in these days your name begins to travel to places you have not yet been. People will mention you in rooms you have not entered. Decisions will be made in your favor without your effort. This is the supernatural transfer of influence and authority. What once was blocked will now flow. Where you were once hidden, you are being revealed. This is your unveiling, and no hand of man can stop it. But understand this, what is happening is not only for you, it is for the generations connected to you. July 31st is a generational shift. The curses that ran through your bloodline are ending with you. Patterns of lack, fear, brokenness, and defeat are being dismantled. You are stepping into a level of blessing that doesn't just lift you, it lifts everyone attached to your name. You are the bridge your ancestors prayed for, the answer to cries uttered decades ago. This is why your warfare was heavier. This is why your waiting was longer. This is why your pruning was deeper, because the reward is greater. You were chosen to carry something that could not be rushed, something that required endurance and maturity. And now the season of refining has become the foundation of your rising. Chosen One, signs will surround you as this day approaches. You will sense sudden waves of peace that cannot be explained. You will have dreams that carry prophetic clarity. Strangers will confirm what your spirit already knows. Financial surprises will come, and invitations you didn't expect will appear. These are not coincidences. They are heaven's signals, preparing you for the unveiling. Pay attention. Do not ignore them. Protect your spirit in this hour. Distractions will come to pull you back into doubt or fear. Old cycles may try to reappear. Guard your atmosphere. Keep your heart clean. Stay focused on alignment. July 31st is not just about receiving, it is about stepping fully into divine flow. When you are aligned, what is yours will find you. You will not have to chase, manipulate, or beg. You will simply stand, and heaven will deliver. I know what it feels like to wonder if you are ready. I know the weight of questioning if you can carry what is coming. I have walked through those same questions, felt the trembling of uncertainty. But let me tell you, heaven does not release blessing where there is no capacity. If it is arriving now, it is because you are ready now. The years of waiting have expanded your spirit. The hidden seasons built your resilience. You are no longer fragile, you are fortified. Chosen One, July 31st is the day heaven announces you. It is the day your hidden preparation becomes visible manifestation. Those who mocked your faith will see proof. Those who doubted your resilience will witness your rise, and you will not have to defend yourself. The results will speak. The testimony will thunder louder than any argument. So walk boldly into this hour. Do not shrink back. Do not apologize for the blessing. Do not minimize what God is magnifying. You have been faithful in the silence. Now you will be fruitful in the spotlight. July 31st is not just a shift in your story, it is a shift in your identity, your authority, your legacy. Receive it, believe it, align with it. For the big day is not a promise in the distance. It is here. Chosen one. July 31st is not just the day of breakthrough, it is the day of unveiling. For so long, you have walked carrying visions that seemed invisible to others. You held promises whispered in your spirit, yet you often questioned if they were real or simply the hopes of a tired heart. But on this day, heaven confirms what you always knew deep down. You were not waiting in vain. The seeds you carried in silence are about to blossom in plain sight. You will feel the atmosphere shifting around you. What once felt heavy will suddenly feel light. The doubts that lingered like shadows will be silenced by clarity. A new boldness will rise within you. And it will not be arrogance, it will be certainty. Certainty that the one who called you has prepared you, equipped you, and appointed you for such a time as this. You will walk with authority that cannot be faked, an authority rooted in divine assignment. Anointed one, what is being poured out is not fragile blessing, it is enduring legacy. The breakthrough you are stepping into is not meant to last for a season, but to establish you for generations. It is wealth that builds, wisdom that multiplies, and influence that carries forward long after this moment passes. This is not temporary relief. This is structural change. Your foundation is being rebuilt so that nothing and no one can shake what God establishes in you now. And people will see it. Some will stand in awe. Some will question silently. A few may even envy what is happening in your life. But you will not rise with pride or bitterness. You will rise with humility because you know the cost of the journey. You remember the lonely nights, the unanswered prayers, the weight of rejection. You understand that this unveiling is not the result of luck, but the result of grace. And because of that, your rise will carry compassion, not arrogance. Chosen one, be ready for acceleration. The pace of your life is about to shift dramatically. Things that once took months will take days. Conversations that seemed stuck will move with surprising ease. Doors that were sealed will open suddenly. This is not chaos, it is alignment. Heaven is redeeming the time you thought was wasted, compressing years of waiting into moments of fulfillment. You will be amazed at how quickly everything falls into place. This acceleration will also expose what no longer fits. Old systems, old patterns, and old relationships may suddenly feel too small. Do not resist the stretching. Expansion requires release. To step fully into this new dimension, you must let go of the lies that said you were not enough, the fear that kept you from dreaming big, and the voices that doubted your worth. July 31st is the death of those lies. It is the birth of truth, the truth that you are chosen, capable, and fully equipped. I have lived through this moment myself. I know what it feels like to wait year after year, watching others advance while wondering if I had been forgotten. I know the sting of delay and the weight of disappointment. But when heaven moved, everything changed in an instant. Opportunities appeared that I could never have forced. Doors opened without effort. And I learned that the waiting was never wasted. It was preparation. Chosen one, the same is happening for you. Watch for unusual encounters in this season, a message that affirms your calling, a meeting that shifts your direction, financial provision that arrives from unexpected sources, dreams that carry undeniable clarity. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Heaven is giving you previews of what is about to manifest in fullness. Receive them with joy. Let them strengthen your faith. Anointed One. July 31st is about more than receiving. It is about responsibility. With blessing comes stewardship. With favor comes influence. Heaven is trusting you because you have proven faithful with little. The resources you receive are not trophies to display, they are tools to build. Build legacy, build hope, build spaces for others to rise. You are not only blessed to receive, you are blessed to release. The transformation will be undeniable. Your words will shift from "I hope" to "I know." Your posture will move from waiting to walking. Your spirit will rise from survival into stewardship, and your life will stand as a visible testimony. July 31st will become the day you point back to for the rest of your life, saying, "That was when everything changed." Chosen One, prepare now. Release what no longer belongs. Clear space in your heart. Make room for overflow. You are stepping into a reality where miracles flow like momentum, where favor surrounds you like a shield, where divine alignment directs your every step. This is not just a big day, it is your day. The heavens are opening, and your name is being called. July 31st is not the end of your waiting, it is the beginning of your rising. Chosen One, pause for a moment and let your soul recognize what is happening. July 31st is not just approaching, it is arriving with purpose, with weight, with a roar from heaven itself. This day has been whispered about in your spirit, hinted at in your dreams, and marked in your heart. You did not imagine it. You were not wrong to feel the stirring. This is the big day. The day where divine timing intersects with your personal story and turns everything around. You have walked through valleys so deep that even your prayers felt unanswered. You endured seasons when silence from heaven seemed unbearable. You carried burdens you never asked for, responsibilities that were too heavy, and disappointments that seemed too frequent. Yet still, you endured. And because you endured, you are here. Because you did not give up, this date now meets you with open gates and unlocked doors. Anointed One. The hidden season was never meant to crush you, it was meant to prepare you. When you thought you were overlooked, you were actually being preserved. When you thought you were rejected, you were being redirected. Heaven was building resilience in you, character in you, faith in you. And now, July 31st is the divine unveiling of all that silent preparation. This is not a small shift. It is not a light blessing. It is a monumental flip in the spirit realm. The kind of change that moves you from survival into overflow, from waiting into walking, from wondering into knowing. It is the kind of transformation that causes even your enemies to acknowledge that God's hand is on your life. The kind that cannot be denied, debated, or dismissed. Expect the unusual in the days before and after. Sudden phone calls that bring long-awaited news, dreams that carry prophetic instruction, financial provision that arrives from unexpected places, conversations that lead to divine connections, even random encounters that change the trajectory of your steps. These are not accidents, these are signals. Heaven is arranging details with precision. You must stay sensitive, alert, and expectant. Chosen One. July 31st is the ignition point. Contracts will be signed, strategies will be revealed, opportunities will open, Miracles will be released. And when it happens, it will not trickle, it will pour. The momentum of heaven will carry you faster than you have ever moved before. What once took years will happen in weeks. What felt impossible will suddenly feel natural, and you will know it is not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit of God aligning your path. Understand this clearly. Your breakthrough is not just for you. It is generational. The blessings flowing to you are meant to flow through you. Cycles of fear, poverty, and defeat are breaking in your bloodline because you chose to stand. Chains that bound generations are falling because you said yes to endurance. July 31st is not only your turning point, it is the turning point for everyone connected to your name. Anointed One, your warfare was heavier because your assignment is weightier. The intensity of your struggle is evidence of the magnitude of your calling. That is why you felt isolated, misunderstood, even attacked. But isolation was insulation. Heaven hid you to protect the oil on your life. And now, that oil is about to shine publicly. You are stepping out of hiding into destiny, out of silence into sound, out of waiting into walking. When the moment comes, do not shrink, do not apologize for favor, do not minimize your blessing to make others comfortable. This is not arrogance, it is obedience. You did not manipulate your way here. You endured your way here. You are not stepping into luck. You are stepping into prophecy. Heaven says you are ready, and now the world will see it. July 31st will become the marker of your story. When people ask what changed, your answer will be simple yet profound. It began on July 31st. That date will echo in your spirit forever as the day when heaven confirmed what your soul always knew. It will be the day you point to as your monument, your undeniable evidence that divine timing is real. Chosen One, prepare now. Release the fears of yesterday. Lay down the guilt of old mistakes. Make room for what is coming, because the blessing is too great to share space with clutter. Align your heart with expectation. Stand tall with courage. Let gratitude rise from within you. You are walking into holy ground. And here is the truth. July 31st is not just a day. It is the day. The day when closed doors open, when hidden answers arrive, when destiny knocks loudly and refuses to be ignored. It is the day when heaven's yes silences every no. The day when your identity is affirmed, your authority established, and your assignment activated. Chosen One. Nothing will ever be the same again. Step boldly. Receive fully. July 31st is your divine unveiling, your prophetic confirmation, your moment of supernatural release. Chosen One, this is the hour you have been waiting for. Heaven has aligned the timing, and July 31st is no longer just a promise, it is your appointed moment. You are stepping into the flow of divine transfer, into a season where what was withheld is now released, where what was locked is now opened, where what was delayed is now accelerated. Anointed One, you have carried the weight of hidden seasons, and now you will carry the crown of visible favor. This is not chance, this is not coincidence. It is your Kairos moment, the fulfillment of what your spirit has long known. Every tear, every silent prayer, every night you chose faith over fear, heaven has recorded them all, and now the reward is in motion. I speak blessings over you. May doors swing wide before you. May clarity fill your mind. May provision flow to you without striving. May peace guard your heart. And may the evidence of God's faithfulness mark your life so powerfully that even those who doubted you will have no choice but to say, Surely the hand of God is with them. Chosen one, walk boldly, stay faithful, stay aligned. Keep your eyes lifted, for your miracle is closer than your next breath. July 31st is not just a date. It is your confirmation, your divine arrival, your new beginning. If this word has touched you, seal it with faith, like, share, and leave a comment of gratitude below. Step forward, chosen one. Your big day has come.